So I'm going to go over the next steps for inserting content onto your portfolio site. So as it stands, I just have the skeleton. What I'm going to do is hop back over to Dreamweaver. I've got my index.html file opened up. And I'm going to start coding this thing. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start spacing things out in a way that makes sense to me. So I'm going to highlight all this stuff in between the body, and I'm going to tab it over. So the way things work, it's good to organize things in kind of chunks. So I'm going to take certain elements and tab them over. So I'm tabbing over the entire header. And now I'm going to tab over the logo and the menu bar. I'm going to add some space in between these elements. Actually, I don't want to add a space there. That was a mistake. I want to add a space here. And I'm just going to start kind of just chunking this thing out in a way that looks good to me. These are list items. I'm going to tab them over. So you can see div ID header lines up with /div ID end of header. Div ID wrapper lines up with end of wrapper. Sweet. And let's see, what else do I want to do? The stage is next, so I can tab that one over. And I can give this some space. Actually, the content is going to go right here. Cool. So I don't need that anymore. All right. So here's where we're at. After the stage, you need to type this: div class equals modules /div. So my first module is going to go in between these two div tags. I'm going to open it up with a title. H1 class equals center /H1. And the title will be, for now, just title goes here. Sweet. After that, I'm going to add images for my modules. So I can actually do that up here. Insert image. I'm going to go find Brian first. So I'm going to go module 2, Brian thumb. So you want to add the thumbnails. Now as you can see, this thing is highlighted. So with that thing highlighted, under link, you click on this folder and you point it to the larger version, which would be this JPEG here. Cool, so we link the thumbnail to the larger version. And I'm going to space this down. This needs to be right here. Okay, cool. So next to the thumbnail of Brian, I'm going to go back up and insert another image. And this time I'm going to choose the thumbnail of Fania. And with that thumbnail highlighted, again, I'm going to go back down to the bottom. And where it says link, I click on the folder and choose the larger version of Fania. Awesome. I'm going to put the cursor right here. Go back to insert image. And this time I'm going to choose the wind turbine thumbnail. Okay. And with that thing highlighted, again, I'm going to go down to the bottom. And where it says link, I click on the folder and target the larger version. Done. So let me save this and hop back over to the website and look to see what's going on. Okay. Not too much. So we need some CSS formatting for this thing to make sense. So back over to Dreamweaver. This time I'm going to click on my style sheet and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to make a new section called main content styles. Okay. The first style we need is a center style. So dot center. And what that does, I'm just going to say text align center. And all that's going to do is center certain elements. Next thing I want to define are the thumbnails. So dot thumb. I'm going to do a border 1 pixel solid light gray, padding of 10 pixels, a margin of 10 pixels, a background of off-white, and I think that should be good for now. Now I need to apply these two styles to the content. So I go back up to source code, and what I need to do is after the image tag right here, I need to say class equals thumb. So I'm adding the style to these images. So I'm going to do that again over here. After img, class equals thumb. And I think there's one more right here. Class equals thumb. Did I get that right? Yes. Save. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to save the style sheet. My computer's making me wait. Okay. I refresh, and it's coming along. So let's put these images in the center of the box now. I'm going to do that by going to my source code, and I'm going to, oh, again, this thing should be down here. So that is, let me just put a comment for this, end of module. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is all of my images are right here, and they're all next to each other. So if I want them to be centered, all I do is add p class equals center, and I end the p at the end of the line, just like that. So all that's going to do is put those three images in a line, centered on the line. And P stands for either two things. It either stands for a single line or it stands for a paragraph of text. So if I go back to the site and refresh, everything is centered. Awesome.